In the heart of Malaysia, surrounded by limestone tower karst, lies a city often overlooked by travelers, a place where history, culture, and culinary wonders converge. This is Ipoh, a city that doesn't shout to be noticed but rather whispers, drawing you in with its quiet charm, much like the old tin mines that once fueled its growth. So you've got a day, maybe two, in Ipoh, just passing through on your way to Kuala Lumpur, Penang, or the Highlands. You've arrived with a checklist in hand for your Instabrag and take a quick stroll through the old town. And when the dust settles, you find yourself saying, "That's it? Is this all there is to Ipoh?" It's easy to feel that way. Ipoh doesn't offer itself up on a silver platter like some tourist meccas. But maybe that's because you didn't really see Ipoh. Ipoh is a city of contradictions. It's unhurried, unpretentious, but brimming with stories waiting to be discovered. So let's take a step back for a second and look at the map. Ipoh is a city of over 750,000 people. It's very big, it's very spread out. You have the central Old Town where almost all of the tourists stay. Old Town's on the left of the Quinta River, New Town's on the right of the Quinta River, but same general area. Your tour buses do not arrive in the Old Town Heritage area. Tour buses arrive up in Terminal Meru Raya or Aman Jaya up here, and you have to find a way to get down into the Old Town. This is the city bus terminal right here, and coincidentally, right next to it, just right about here, is where the train station is. So let's go over to another map real quick, and you can see that these yellow and blue lines right here going roughly north-south, those are your train track lines. So you can get here by train from Kuala Lumpur or from Butterworth and Penang, but there is no train service. There are no train tracks that go up into the highlands. Let's walk through what it looks like when you walk into the Meru Raya or Aman Jaya terminal from a tour bus. You're going to arrive on the second floor on the back side of the terminal and just come inside. On the inside of that door you just walked through is a sign telling you that basically every half hour or hour, a bus moves from this terminal down to the bus terminal in the middle of the city. So you're going to have to wait a little while if you're dead set on moving that way. We make our way down the escalators, and smart travelers, it's just going to be easier in this city to move around using a ride-hailing app like Grab. So we head towards the front of the building, down on the first floor. You can do some convenience store shopping, grab some food, restrooms you can use, but just make your way out the front door, and that's where all of the Grab cars are going to come pick you up. For those of you committed to taking the city bus system, this is what that terminal looks like. The connecting bus, by taking the two buses, getting to your location in Old Town, it's going to take about an hour and 15 minutes to an hour and a half. So if we go back to the map for a second, I'm hovering over the Old Town Heritage area, and off to its west or the left is the bus station and the train station. We'll take a look at that arrival method here in just a moment. So because you're so centralized and the city's so spread out, it is important to understand that some of the tourist destinations you are going to be pursuing are going to require you to take a Grab car out into this area out here, or in some of the regions up here. And there's other stuff out in the mountains. Those are really far away. Okay, zooming in a little bit, the train station, take a look at my cursor. This is where the train station is, and the city bus station. Just for reference, if you decide to go that route, we're gonna take a look at arrival by train station. So the Old Town, what they label Old Town, is in this area here, with a lot of the mapped attractions and the Heritage Walk. The Quinta River Walk, it's right here and up here. And then what they call New Town, but it's strange that they call it that because it's still like heritage area, is also, you know, this yellow region here. So you can walk from the train station all the way to the outside of New Town in probably 20 minutes or less. I think I had done it in about 15 minutes. But if it's raining outside, that is not going to be a pleasant journey at all. Just get yourself a Grab and save yourself the trouble and the heartache. So we arrive by train. You're going to walk out of the train station just like I'm doing. Follow my footsteps, follow my lead, I got you. You come outside the building, take a left turn. You're going to take the majestic walk out to the Grab hailing area. So simple, but I know how comforting it can be to just understand what it looks like and know the movements you have to make. Nasi ayam, which means chicken rice. Nasi goreng, which means fried rice. Nasi goreng ayam would be fried rice with chicken. But when you're ready to elevate your game, the dish specifically, more than the location you're looking for, is nasi kandar. And if you have any room left, the ABC special. And it's important that you say the special because that gets all of the fruit on the side of it. Let's take it back to the map and talk about street markets, because you're already wondering, if you've been to Ipoh, how have I even found all this good stuff? Well, I'm about to show you. So you have the Gerbang Malam market that's open 7 nights a week. You have the Ipoh night market, open 7 nights a week. But if you're here on a weekend, on a Friday night, you definitely don't want to miss the First Garden Market over here. Now, obviously, from Old Town, New Town, you do need to hail a ride to the First Garden Market Friday nights and the Ipoh night market all other nights. The Gerbang Malam market is within walking distance from anywhere in New Town, certainly, and not that far Old Town. So the night market Gerbang Malam is actually this entire length of this street here. And it starts about the time the sun goes down. It is mostly a goods hawking street market, but there's plenty of good food to be had. There is a great Chinese food somewhere in this area here. And there's an entire food court right in this area here. And you can sneak back into it. As soon as you start walking down the street, you're going to see on your right-hand side a small police station. When you see that police station, you're going to duck into the right, and you're going to come out on quite a few food stalls that have amazing, delicious food. If you're here on a Sunday morning, you want to take yourself down to what's called Memory Lane, and there's a flea market. Take yourself out there on a Sunday morning. It goes from like 7 a.m. until about noon, but really they're shutting everything down at about 11. So maybe I've talked you into staying in Ipoh a little longer than you had planned and digging a little deeper than you might have otherwise. We're just going to reverse order here, take the majestic walk inside. Once we turn inside, no matter what time of day, if we haven't made any arrangements beforehand, we can walk inside the kiosk where the customer service people are. You can buy a ticket with a credit card, or you can walk up to the kiosk and you can start by just seeing when your trains actually depart for the day. You can even take a look at when they depart other days. Or if you're a smart person, before you even get to the railway station, use the KTMB app that will show you all of those train times. Whether you buy your ticket from the electronic kiosk or from the desk inside, it's all the same. It just depends on what you're more comfortable with. Out on the table is spelled out very specifics about all the stops they make along the way to your destination, but you are most likely traveling to Butterworth, to the border at Padang Besar, or down south to Kuala Lumpur on the railway. If you want some more time to walk around Old Town, but you're tired of carrying your luggage, off to the side here, there are bag storage lockers and a convenient coin changer so that you can make it all work. If you're traveling up to the highlands or you're just insistent on the bus, we're going to walk right back into the bus terminal and you can arrive without a ticket in hand. But if you want to take a look at when the buses depart, Redbus is the app that Malaysians use that has the most thorough set of listings of all of the big tour buses, the big luxurious buses that are going to take you out of here. So right when you walk in, you can take a look at the screen showing you what the times are, whether there's a delay. You can get an idea for what direction you're going if there's going to be a problem. There are kiosks, electronic kiosks off to the right-hand side, but I haven't really seen anybody use them. Most people just go right up to the bus ticket counter and buy their tickets in person that way. You do have to show your passport. There is a small processing fee, even if you bought your tickets ahead of time on 1-2-Go or Redbus, and it's only a couple of ringgit for them to print out the ticket. Once you have your ticket, you walk over here. If it's close to your time for departure, hand over your ticket, they pencil you in, and now you're ready to go. Ipoh isn't a city that immediately dazzles with modern skyscrapers or flashy attractions. Each alley, each crumbling colonial building tells a story of British colonialists who once ruled the land, of Chinese miners who toiled in the tin mines, and of Indian merchants who brought spices and stories from faraway lands. These limestone cliffs aren't just for show. They hide within them ancient carved-out temples, blending Taoist, Buddhist, and Hindu influences, a reflection of the city's diverse population. Ipoh is a city at an intersection, both geographically but also temporally, in layers of history. After your first few days, you too will realize it's in the very early stages of its next quiet renaissance. Ipoh doesn't even seem to realize its own potential to spellbind travelers. Ipoh will easily steal the applause and thunder from her neighboring destination, with an artistic touch of paint to bring Old Town to life with color on both sides of the Quinta River, with a facelift and modern lighting along the Riverwalk, and with a few redesigned bus routes to empower explorers. If you walked away from Ipoh feeling underwhelmed, it's not because the city failed to deliver. It's because you missed the point. Ipoh might just be one of those places that doesn't make sense until it does. Long after you've left, you'll find yourself thinking about it. And maybe you'll realize that Ipoh was never disappointing. You just weren't ready to see it. So come to Ipoh. Not for the glitz and glamour yet, but for the small, unassuming moments that make travel truly meaningful. I hope you enjoyed this video. I spent a lot of time on it, and I will see you in the next village.